Welcome to the Freehouse. This is the Cheryl Reeve Show. Yes, you may give Cheryl a nice round of applause at this point. Not that I beg or anything, but it's a good way to start the show.
Thank you.
Thank you all for being here. We've had great crowds here. We appreciate the Freehouse for hosting the show. You probably know about the Freehouse, but just in case you don't, we are at the end of a very spacious bar area. They make their own beer, including some really creative flavors that we have tested out before here ourselves. They have a great menu. Cheryl's going to be, if Cheryl disappears from the stage during the show, it's because she got the caramelized pork. Make sure I pronounce it right.
Caramelized
Thai pork is going to be waiting for her, and she's going to be having that for dinner tonight. I love the roto bird and the steak and pierogies, the fish and chips. You've probably seen the menu. Check out freehousempls.com if you want to check out their menu. Again, they have the big, beautiful patio. They have a spacious bar area with a lot of high tops. They have the big restaurant area, and they serve, as they say, breakfast to beer. Thanks also to Shelley Boyum-Breen, a local author who writes Shelley Bean, the Sports Bean books. We have a bunch of Sports Queen. Shelley Bean, the Sports Queen. Let me make sure I get that right. Again, local author. She's sponsoring the program as well. We have examples of her books up here. If you have a daughter or a child of any gender, have them come up and check out the book. I think you'll like them. We'll tell you more about them later. First serious question of the night, Cheryl. I've covered a lot of managers, a lot of coaches, and there have been times I've been around people, like let's say Ron Gardenhire, and I've thought, I'm worried about him. Sometimes I worry about the health of people in your industry because you just put in so many high-intensity hours. How are you holding up?
Well, that's very kind of you, Jim. That's very sweet. But we're holding up just fine, actually. Those of you that know me well know that I don't take losing very well. I'm a bit of a sore loser, but at the end of the day, you do the best that you can. You get up the next day and try to make it the best day possible. And after last game, it was tough for us. This is kind of uncharted water, and I think it was really painful for our players, mostly because of the fans, not for themselves, because they understand that the last time we got blown out of our building was in 2010. And that's it's just not something we're accustomed to. But I have to tell you, if there's ever a time that I go, man, I was really proud of our fans, it was in that game. You guys stayed, thousands of you stayed all the way to the end. And you guys deserve a lot of credit for that. It's the way that it should be from the standpoint of, that I told our players that was the epitome of the Lynx Nation's love for you as players and as people and for what we've built here. So it was kind of a feel-good moment for us, and so kudos to our fans for doing that for us.
All-Star Weekend's coming up. What does that mean to you to have it here in Minneapolis, and what do you expect?
Well, it's been a long time coming. We've wanted the All-Star Game here for a while, and whether it was because it was other places or because of Target Center renovation, but we finally have it here in Minneapolis. And Carly Knox, our Vice President of Business Operations, who's in the house tonight, has worked tirelessly on this to bring a lot of people together, a lot of moving parts that we're bringing together to put on an unbelievable show. We want to show not only the WNBA, but the entire nation. We want to put the WNBA on display at its best. And there's some really, really good WNBA players that are going to be coming here to Minneapolis. We have some members from other fan bases coming to Minneapolis to visit. And if you have not gotten tickets yet, you need to get tickets, right? So we have to, this is one of those moments where we say that you have to put your money where your mouth is. When you say you want certain things and we have a spectacle like the WNBA All-Star Game here in our city, we have to blow it out. We have to do all that we can to show that we deserved it, we support it, so that Glenn Taylor, because these things cost money. They don't just go, oh, sure, just run the All-Star Game and it's free. No, there's just a lot that goes into it and resources. And so the best way we can do is support it. So either you yourself get tickets, go to your corporation, your families, whatever it is, and ask, are they supporting it? If not, get them to support it. And let's make sure that building is full. There's a lot of fun things planned, and it will be an amazing weekend, and we're looking forward to being part of that.
When does everything really kick off?
So we play on Tuesday. That'll be our last game before the break, and then I believe festivities start around Thursday. People getting into town, players getting into town. A lot of things planned for Friday and Saturday. And if you wanted to drag Carly down here to talk in a little more details, I'm sure she wouldn't be opposed to that.
Carly, why don't you come down in about 5-10 minutes and let's get your take on all of this and give people an idea what to expect. I'm going to put you on the spot here. They're going to announce the All-Star teams, the WNBA All-Star teams here in probably about 45 minutes. I'm not going to ask you to tell me who's on the team, but might you be able to hint at maybe who's... Oh, is it out?
Oh,
okay.
Is it out? Okay, good, because you're about to get me in trouble. I thought,
I was really trying hard to get in
fines are
trouble,
racking
too.
up this year.
I know.
I got it. I wanted to send Oliver to private school, but I don't think that's going to happen. So,
Do we have? Thank you. That's full service.
Well, drum
right
roll.
here.
I'm sure you all have seen it, but we're.
I was looking in the wrong places, obviously. You want to read it?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, hey, most important thing is we have 3 WNBA All-Stars here in Minneapolis. Simone Augustus, Sylvia Fowles, and the leading vote getter in all the voting. And you guys were amazing with your votes. I followed along. I was very active in voting more than ever because I wanted all of our starters to have a chance to be here. So we were headlined by Maya Moore's election into the All-Star game. So we have 3. Very exciting. So you want to throw other names?
Sure.
Sue Bird. DeWanna Bonner, who's having a really nice season coming off a year after giving birth. It's what women do, man. We're unbelievable. We birth the child and we get out there and we're just like elite athletes, and it's unbelievable. And it wasn't just a child; it was 2 of them. It was 2 of them. Top that, Serena.
Show off.
Liz Cambage, who set a WNBA record today in scoring. She scored 53 points on the New York Liberty today. She will be an All-Star. Tina Charles. Elena Deladon, who got the second most votes. Elena Deladon will serve as a captain. You guys know the new format for the All-Star game. Skylar Diggins-Smith. Chelsea Gray, who I think has really held LA together this season. She's been really, really good. Brittany Griner. Joel Lloyd from Seattle. Kayla McBride, who's having a great season. Angel McCautry. Chiney Ogumake from Connecticut. Another player coming back from injury, having a really, really fine season. Her sister, Nneka Ogumake. And the one we all love to hate. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Candace Parker is an all-star.
I thought you were going to say Taurasi.
No, Allie Quigley. Allie Quigley from the Chicago Sky. Brianna Stewart, who is in the MVP conversation. And Diana Taurasi, as you mentioned. Christy Tolliver, and rounding it out from Las Vegas, the rookie, Asia Wilson, will be an all-star. So it should be an unbelievable game. A lot of talent there.
53 points in a 40-minute game. That's rather remarkable. Did you see that out of her? That possibility?
For sure. She's so physically dominant, but I think what she did today, I saw the game that she scored 40-something, and it's just when she's feeling like that, it's not only is she scoring, she doesn't really score, she'll score in the paint. It's literally just run to the paint, throw it, and she turns and she shoots it. And most teams don't have a physical presence to be able to impede her ability to get where she wants to go. We happen to have Sylvia Fowles. We're fortunate to have that, but when you don't have Sylvia Fowles on the floor, it looks a lot different. But what Elizabeth did today, I think she hit 4 threes, so she's got a game that's, she's not afraid to shoot the 3. She's not afraid to shoot a 17-footer. She's not a takeoff. She'll get an outlet, get a rebound and take it herself, length of the court. So this is a really talented player.
Did you campaign for any players who didn't make it on that team?
Did I campaign?
I
voted daily for Lindsay Whalen and Rebecca Brunson, who would have been great. Would have been great to have them. We tried, and Lindsay has great perspective. It was, how she is, and if she were here, I could say it the most dry possible way. She's like, that's okay, a little bit of time off, that's good for me too. If I'd have made it, that'd have been great too. That's what she would have said.
Yeah, well, that's the great thing about Lindsay. You don't have to really talk to her. You can just actually, the great thing about Lindsay is when she has something to say, she's very eloquent. She just picks her spots.
She does pick her spots.
And it's going to be really interesting to see her operate as a head coach.
Yes.
Like that.
Yes.
Where you have to ask her questions.
I can't wait until she's got to do press conferences and, and speaking engagements. This is going to be fun.
So Maya Moore gets on the cover of Slam magazine, the first female basketball player in a long time.
20 years.
20 years to be on the cover. Did you know that was coming? And were you surprised by it? Obviously, it was overdue. Do you think that opens any doors?
Well, it was long overdue, and of course, we knew about it because they came to interview us and take pictures.
I guess my question is how far much advance did you know?
Probably a few weeks to a month. The person who wrote the story, came to Minneapolis and was really, really excited and passionate about Maya's achievements, and of course, for it to be the first time in 20 years. The last one was Shamika Holtzclaw. That's a long, long time ago, and and I think it's an amazing thing. It's a shame that it does take 20 years, but I'm fairly confident that it won't be 20 more years because I think times are changing very quickly, and it's just another feather in Maya's cap, to be able to be recognized in this way. And of course, I'm biased. I don't think you can pick a better person to represent you on the cover of your magazine.
Feel free to cheer anytime you like. And by the way, at this point, we do a very loose show. If you want to come up and ask a question, feel free to do so at any time. You're more important than I am. Feel free to interrupt. And to finish the introductions, Cheryl, our producer is Brandon Morton. I'm Jim Suhan. Again, the network is talknorth.com. That's one way you can access the shows is just by going to that website. You can subscribe on iTunes, your favorite podcast app. As I'm probably wearing people out telling them, we do appreciate it if you download before you listen. It's a better listening experience. It's better for our business as we start to talk to national advertisers. We do appreciate it. Also want to welcome Mississippi Pub, a new host and sponsor for the Viking show they'll be starting up here. They'll be starting up as a sponsor on that long-running show here shortly. Also, thank you to SeatGeek for jumping on that program. We would like more sponsors on this program. This is a great place to reach Lynx fans. We're a very passionate group of people. You can email me, jsouhan47@gmail.com. And Carly, why don't you come down and let's talk a little bit about the business side of the NBA All-Star Game. We're probably going to do a show sometime next weekend as well. I know we talked to maybe Rebecca, or what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's wide open. So we're going to go live from the All-Star Game, somewhere, maybe either Friday or Saturday. We'll figure that out. But there's going to be a ton of players passing through there that owe me a bunch of favors. So I'm going to collect on those favors and have them on and hopefully put it in a location where a lot of people can be there to to not only listen, but perhaps meet some of these players and just overall just enjoy the experience. It's the first time. It's kind of crazy. I didn't tell you this. We were at the league meetings in November. And so for years, the All-Star coach is the coach who was, when we had conferences, the winner of the East, winner of the West, that was who was coaching, whoever was in the finals. And then, we got rid of conferences, so to speak, when it came to playoffs. And then it was still East and West. So even if us and LA were in the finals, it was still about East and West. And so last year, it was Bill Laimbeer was the tops. And, Kurt Miller actually filled in for him. Anyway, we get to November. And they changed the format for coaches to mirror that of the NBA, which is the team with the winningest record. The two, regardless of conference, were going to be the coaches. And so we had to take a vote. And I thought, well, how is this supposed to work? I know that we're hosting the game. I know that I'm the coach. How in the heck am I supposed to vote on this thing? I do think it's the right thing, what we've gone to. All of us coaches, we like it better because you have sometimes coaching changes and things like that from the year before. So we had run into some problems. And so I abstained. I asked or could we wait a year until we institute this? But at the end of the day, this is a great opportunity for me to be more involved, with the goings on, rather than having to be wrapped up in doing certain things with the team. So I think things worked out like they're supposed to.
Awesome. Carly, thanks for coming down. We appreciate you being here. It was good to meet you. I'll let Cheryl ask you questions.
This ought to be fun.
This will be a very good interview.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Well, I think more than anything, I wanted you to be able to get more details on the All-Star Game to let our fans know what's going to be, what they should make sure that they're there for besides the game. And you could do better than I can.
Okay, wonderful.
And only this. There's not everything that you can do better than I can, but just this would be
not that you're competitive at all.
Well, thank you for forcing me to come down and interrupting my dinner. So we're really excited to host the WNBA All-Star Game for the first time ever in the history of our franchise. And yes,
and you fans are a big reason why.
That's exactly right.
Without you fans, we wouldn't have a shot at hosting the game. So
that's so true. You guys were a big part of our pitch that we made to the WNBA because we truly have the best fans in the entire WNBA and the best season ticket members. And so that's a testament to you guys and the incredible kind of growth that we've had with our fan base since 2010. So excited to put on the best All-Star game ever. And I don't say that lightly. We truly do plan to invest the most money that's ever been spent on a WNBA All-Star game before, do really cool things